Welcome, business leaders and technologists. Today, we are exploring a transformative interface within the AI landscape, the Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat web and mobile experiences. We will uncover how this conversational hub turns your enterprise data into instant, actionable intelligence, no matter where you are working. Let us get started. Let us start with the foundation. What is Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat? It is a conversational experience available on both web and mobile platforms that serves as your secure, business-ready starting point for AI. Think of it as a highly intelligent digital colleague. Why is this critical for your organization? Because it drastically improves agility by giving your employees instant access to organizational knowledge without forcing them to switch between a dozen different apps. How does it work? You simply type a natural language question, and it synthesizes answers from your enterprise data combined with web knowledge. The deep dive here is understanding that Copilot Chat is not just a language model. It is an intelligent orchestrator that lives securely inside your Microsoft 365 trust boundary, meaning your data never becomes someone else's training material. Take a look at the flowchart on your screen, which maps the basic architecture of a Copilot Chat interaction. At the top, we have the user request, which can originate from either a web browser or a mobile device. This request hits the central Copilot Chat hub. Notice how the hub immediately branches into two distinct knowledge pools, your secure Microsoft Graph data on the left and broader web knowledge on the right. By pulling from both streams simultaneously, the system converges at the bottom to deliver a secure, context-aware answer. This diagram is crucial because it visually represents how Copilot Chat breaks down information silos, fetching exactly what you need in seconds, directly to your screen. To truly grasp the power of Copilot Chat, we must explore the engine behind it, grounding and the Microsoft Graph. What is grounding? It is the mechanism that connects the AI's responses directly to your authoritative enterprise data. The basics involve Copilot reaching into Microsoft Graph to access your files, emails, and meetings. Why do we do this? Because an ungrounded AI might give you a generic, unhelpful answer. Grounding improves the specificity of your prompt, yielding highly relevant and actionable results. How does this happen technically? When you ask a question in Copilot Chat, it pre-processes your prompt, retrieves relevant data from Graph, and then sends that enriched, grounded payload to the large language model. Our deep dive reveals that this uses a pattern called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, ensuring the AI only reasons over data that you, the specific user, have explicit permission to access. Let us walk through the exact sequence of a grounded interaction in Copilot Chat. In Step 1, the web or mobile user submits a prompt. In Step 2, Copilot intercepts this and reaches into Microsoft Graph to pre-process and ground the request. Step 3 is critical. Graph returns the specific organizational context, your emails, chats, and files that are relevant to the question. Only then, in Step 4, does Copilot send this massive, grounded payload to the Azure OpenAI LLM. The LLM reasons over your facts to generate a response in Step 5, which is then securely delivered back to the user in Step 6. This visual proves that Copilot Chat is not just a blind query to the internet, it is a highly orchestrated, secure data retrieval system. Slide 3 brings us to a massive paradigm shift, the mobile experience. What are we talking about here? We are extending enterprise-grade generative AI directly to smartphones and tablets. The basics of the mobile experience revolve around a conversational interface designed for quick voice or text queries while you are moving. Why is this so vital for modern businesses? Because work no longer happens solely at a desk. Copilot Chat supports mobile work scenarios, ensuring that critical business decisions do not stall simply because an employee is in transit. How is it executed? The mobile app is fully synchronized with your broader Microsoft 365 environment, pulling from the exact same Microsoft Graph data as your desktop. For our deep dive, consider the operational impact. Mobile Copilot Chat transforms dead time, like commuting or waiting for a flight, into high-value productivity time. You can interrogate your business data and get synthesized answers from anywhere on the planet. This flow illustrates the agility of the mobile experience. It begins on the left with the mobile worker, who interacts with the Copilot mobile app via a quick voice or text query. Notice how the query seamlessly routes through the Microsoft Graph sync node. Even though the user is on a mobile device, they are instantly connected to the real-time enterprise context, their latest emails, Teams messages, and SharePoint documents. This continuous connectivity drives the final green node, immediate business decision. This diagram showcases that geographical location is no longer a barrier to accessing deep organizational intelligence. You carry your enterprise's entire knowledge base in your pocket. Now, let us look at one of the most innovative features within the web and mobile chat experience, Copilot Pages. What is it? Copilot Pages is an interactive canvas built directly into Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. The basics are brilliant. Instead of losing a great AI response in a scrolling chat history, you can turn that response into a persistent, editable, and shareable page. Why did Microsoft build this? Because work is inherently collaborative. Pages bridges the gap between your individual AI ideation and multiplayer team collaboration. How do you use it? With a single click, the AI's output is ported to a dynamic workspace. For our deep dive, understand that Copilot Pages fundamentally changes the nature of the tool. It evolves Copilot Chat from a personal research assistant into a shared team engine. You can brainstorm a project plan with the AI, push it to a page, and immediately invite your entire team to refine and execute the content together in real time. Let us trace the evolution of an idea using this flowchart. It starts at the top as a single-user chat query, which generates a Copilot Chat response. Normally, the workflow might end there. But here, we hit the critical decision node, clicking Edit in Pages. This instantly transforms the chat output into the central orange node, a persistent interactive canvas. From this canvas, the workflow branches out into true enterprise productivity. You achieve multi-user collaboration, allowing peers to edit the AI's work, and you can seamlessly refine and share frameworks across the organization. This visual represents the journey from solitary AI brainstorming to structured, team-wide execution. A critical concern for any leader rolling out mobile and web AI is security. Slide 5 covers the enterprise-grade security and trust built into Copilot Chat. By definition, this is the architecture ensuring the AI respects your strict organizational boundaries. The basics are simple but profound. Copilot Chat operates on the principle of least privilege. It only accesses data that the signed-in user is already explicitly permitted to view. Why is this so important? Because without it, a powerful search tool could inadvertently expose sensitive payroll or HR files to unauthorized staff. How is this enforced? Copilot inherits your existing Microsoft 365 permissions seamlessly. The deep dive for your security officers is this: operating inside the Microsoft 365 service boundary doesn't grant Copilot tenant-wide visibility. Furthermore, all data is encrypted in transit, and Microsoft strictly guarantees that your proprietary enterprise data is never used to train their foundational public models. Your secrets remain yours. This security flow illustrates how your data is protected during every single Copilot Chat interaction. The mobile or web request enters the system and immediately hits the identity check gate. If a user asks about a document they shouldn't see, the flow routes to the red Access Denied node. If permissions are verified, it moves to Microsoft Graph, strictly retrieving allowed data only. Notice the green node, Encrypted Transit to LLM. This ensures that as your data moves to the processing engine, it cannot be intercepted. The resulting secure output is delivered back to the user. This diagram proves that deploying Copilot Chat extends your existing security perimeter rather than bypassing it. To solidify these concepts, let us look at a real-time, highly impactful use case, the Agile Regional Manager. Imagine a regional manager who is traveling and about to step into a high-stakes client call. They urgently need a summary of last quarter's performance. Doing this manually searching through dozens of Excel spreadsheets and email threads on a smartphone screen is practically impossible. Why is Copilot the solution here? Because speed and accuracy dictate the success of the impending meeting. How is it executed? The manager simply opens the Copilot Chat app on their mobile device and types or speaks a prompt asking for the quarterly summary. For the deep dive, witness the outcome. Copilot instantly cross-references sales reports and internal emails via Microsoft Graph, synthesizing a concise, highly accurate briefing in seconds. The manager walks into the call fully prepared, projecting competence and driving revenue, all without ever opening a laptop. Let us trace this real-world scenario step by step using a sequence diagram. It starts on the left with our regional manager submitting a natural language prompt into their mobile Copilot Chat. Copilot immediately routes this request to Microsoft Graph to search through Q3 reports and communications. Graph retrieves the raw, unstructured data, the disparate spreadsheets and email threads, and returns it to Copilot. Copilot then acts as an analytical engine, synthesizing and formatting the data into a clean, readable briefing. Finally, it delivers this concise summary back to the manager's phone. The ultimate business outcome is shown at the bottom. The manager enters the client call fully prepared. This sequence highlights how mobile AI acts as a strategic multiplier for your remote workforce. As your organization adopts this technology, users must understand the difference between Copilot Chat and in-app Copilot experiences. What is the difference? Copilot Chat, the web and mobile hub we are discussing, is a broad, conversational interface. Conversely, Microsoft 365 Copilot is also embedded directly into specific apps like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. The basics are simple. Chat spans your entire data estate, while in-app Copilot focuses on the document currently open in front of you. Why does this distinction matter? Because matching the tool to the task maximizes efficiency. How do you guide your teams? Instruct them to use Copilot Chat for quick answers, broad research, and synthesizing information across multiple sources. Instruct them to use in-app Copilot when they need to draft a specific proposal or build a presentation deck. The deep dive takeaway: Copilot Chat is your enterprise orchestrator and search engine, while in-app Copilot is your dedicated content creator. This decision tree is an excellent training tool for your workforce. When an employee faces a business task, they should ask, what is the goal? If the goal is broad research, finding fast answers, or preparing for a meeting, they follow the left path to Copilot Chat on web or mobile. This allows them to synthesize data across all their emails, chats, and files. However, if the goal is drafting and formatting content, they take the right path to in-app Copilot. This leads them directly into applications like Word or PowerPoint to execute the creative work. Providing this mental model to your employees ensures they navigate the AI ecosystem efficiently, reducing frustration and accelerating adoption. For our final slide, we address how to extract the maximum value from Copilot Chat: prompt engineering. What is it? It is the deliberate process of creating and refining the instructions you type into the chat interface. The basics are straightforward. The clearer and more detailed your prompt, the better Copilot can assist you. Why does this matter for your business? Because generative AI outputs are entirely dependent on the input. A vague prompt yields a vague, unhelpful answer, wasting time. How do you write a great prompt in Copilot Chat? You ensure it contains 4 key ingredients: a clear goal, relevant context, specific data or sources, and strict formatting expectations. Our final deep dive is a call to action for leaders. Prompt literacy is a mandatory new skill for your workforce. Teach your teams to instruct the AI on exactly what they want it to do, rather than what they don't want, to guarantee accurate, professional results every time. Let us break down the anatomy of a perfect prompt using this structural diagram. At the center, we have the effective Copilot prompt. Branching out, we see the 4 essential components. First, the goal clearly stating what to do. Second, the context providing the background information so the AI understands the why. Third, the sources telling the AI exactly which files or data to use, which is critical in Copilot Chat. Finally, expectations defining the desired format and tone of the response. When your employees structure their web and mobile chat queries using this exact framework, they transform Copilot from a basic search bar into a high-powered, analytical partner. Thank you for joining this session on Mastering Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat.